Hello McCordians, and welcome to Winning Wednesday. Last week, I talked about 3 car wrecks that I got into when I fell asleep. And I said that this week, I would talk about narcolepsy and other sleep disorders. According to Wikipedia, narcolepsy is a chronic neurological disorder involving the loss of the brain's ability to regulate sleep-wake cycles. The 2 main characteristics of narcolepsy are excessive daytime sleepiness and abnormal REM sleep. A person with narcolepsy is likely to fall asleep at inappropriate times, in inappropriate places, even with adequate sleep during the night. People with narcolepsy aren't able to get restful sleep. People with narcolepsy, in fact, are in a constant state of extreme sleep deprivation. People with narcolepsy can take daytime naps that are hard to not take. Their body is like forcing them to take a nap right now, and you can't control it. It's irresistible, and not in a way that's like, oh, ooh la la, that's so irresistible, but in a way that's like, this is gonna happen right now, no matter what. Naps like this usually don't last more than a few hours and maybe less than 1 hour. I read up on this subject after the car crashes, and I was sure that I had narcolepsy. But the doctor told me I was wrong. He said, no, you don't. Because 70% of people who have narcolepsy also have cataplexy. Cataplexy is a sort of thing that goes with narcolepsy that if you have a strong emotion, you experience muscle weakness. This doesn't happen to me. Most people who have narcolepsy are also about 50 or 60 years old. I am 20. After the doctor told me no, I had a sleep study done. They scan your body and your brain to see if you're sleeping right. This is what the sleep studies eventually told us. I have narcolepsy. I also have sleep apnea. And this is a culmination of everything that I've ever learned in my entire life. I've always liked staying up at night and being asleep during the day. Uninterrupted, I will sleep forever, probably. I am tired. I am chronically tired day after day after day after day. In fact, I take medicine to be as awake as I am right now, which is not very awake. So I've probably always had narcolepsy. I also have sleep apnea, which means I can't get enough air to my brain when I'm asleep. For a little bit of time, I had a CPAP machine, but I gave it back because honestly, it's just hard to remember to set up all this stuff when I'm chronically tired, and when I'm ready for bed, I'm ready for bed, I'm out. So I've probably always had some kind of sleep problem, but a small part of me kind of thinks it's because of a joke I made about someone else. I have a friend. My friend's name is Matt. Matt has narcolepsy, and back in 2014, I made a video about Matt because he doesn't get enough recognition. But what that involves is making jokes about people because you know them and you like them and you want to make fun of them a little bit. You know how it is when you have friends. So I gently mocked his narcolepsy in a music video that I made about him. And about a year after my graduation, I figure out that I have narcolepsy. So part of me thinks it's a kind of cosmic joke at me to get me back for the whole narcolepsy thing. I don't think he has cataplexy either, which is interesting. Also, neither of us, as far as I know, have sleep paralysis, thank God. Sleep paralysis is where sometimes when you're really tired or after you've just woken up, you lock up and you see like these terrifying visions of horrible demons and stuff, and it's horrifying. And I'm just really glad I don't have sleep paralysis, because having sleep paralysis would have probably gotten me killed in those car wrecks. One other interesting thing that I figured out while having the sleep study done is that the sleep study technician was the guy that I hit in the second wreck. It's so weird. It's so weird that I fell asleep and hit a sleep study technician. Like, that's the weird part about it. Like, I don't know if it's sunk in with you guys yet, but it's such a weird freaking coincidence, right? And so for months and months after the sleep study and after figuring out I had narcolepsy and getting a CPAP machine and getting medicine to fix it all, I didn't drive. People drove me around and all that. And that's so I didn't fall asleep and wreck the car. But I did wreck the car. And so you're thinking, well, I guess it didn't work then. You must be just a problem. You must just fall asleep every time you drive. But that's not true. I can drive just fine now. I can do lots of things just fine now. I was rested as I could be with the CPAP machine and the medicine. And So everything was better, you know? I didn't have any problems, so I started driving, and for about 2 weeks I was driving. And then one day I was driving from Hannah's house to school. Traffic was really, really, really bad. I started heading there and I realized, as bad as traffic was, because it was extra bad this night for some reason, there was no hope. Like, I was not gonna get to school. If I got to school, I was gonna be at least an hour late for a 3-hour class. And so I was like, you know, never mind. I'm just gonna turn around, I'm gonna go back. Smash into a car. It was bad luck. I had the same car for all 3 of the first wrecks, and this 4th wreck totaled it. And I was awake this time. I was wide awake for the entire wreck. It actually scares me a little bit to be in cars now, I'm not gonna lie. I went, you know, in front of a judge at one point, and it's not my fault. The cop that was there says the couch fell out into the interstate, and just bad traffic that day. Someone was gonna have a car wreck. Next week, I'm gonna talk about all the graduations that are going on and stuff like that. I have some interesting points to talk about. In the meantime, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, that sort of thing. I'm on Instagram as well, and you can always leave a like and leave a subscribe. I love that stuff. I eat it right up like it's chowder. I hope you don't have terrifying sleep paralysis that will haunt your nightmares. And I hope you have a winning Wednesday. Bye, McCordians.